Hello out to all you wonderful people. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Welcome to another Gamers Memory video, and I apologize that this was not put up yesterday. And the only reason it didn't get put up yesterday is because I forgot to do it. I literally somehow I thought I had done it and uploaded it, and that it would be there till yesterday, and then I just didn't think at all about it yesterday. So I'm doing it today. You guys will get it, and the Why You Know Game video will be after this one. And I'm talking about my favorite Sega Saturn game out of all the games that I have on my Saturn. Back when Konami actually did make games and actually gave a damn about the people that played them. Even though this is probably a bad port of this game, because it was a rushed port, but it still turned out pretty good for it to be a rushed, unoptimized port. That is Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Actually, I think the Japanese name is Nocturne in the Moonlight, something like that. I think that's what this version is actually supposed to be called. I mean, you could look at the name on the side, though. It says Akumajo Dracula X Geka no Yasou Kyoku. And I think that translates, roughly translates to Nocturne in the Moonlight. I know it says that at the end of the game. It's actually typed in English, written out. I'm trying to think of when I got that game. It was the summer before Perfect Dark came out on the N64 that I ended up with that. Was my brother, my eldest brother always went to like the import stores, Pandora's Cube. Well, in the area where I am now, there was Pandora's Cube, there's a E-Star Land, and there were a couple others that he would regularly frequent to like look for different games. I think he spent like, on this game in particular, I think he spent like $80 to get this back then. Like in damn computer making all the noise. I personally like loved this game when I played it. I couldn't read anything, couldn't understand anything, and I spent a long ass time playing it. Like, there were days where I was playing this from the beginning of the day, only with brief breaks, to to the end of the day, before I actually started to fall asleep playing it. Like, that's how much I got it rooted in the game. And it took me several trials to figure out how to save. Because a couple times I thought I did save, because, you know, the casket has to form around you. And there are a couple times where the casket formed around the character, but it wasn't the right casket. It still looked like the little thing that pulses in the save rooms. And I didn't really figure out that I was saving until like my 4th or 5th time playing it. But I didn't figure out how to save until my 4th or 5th time actually starting it up. So you can you could say it, by the time I actually did get my like first official actual playthrough going, I actually knew like the layout of the first 3 areas very well. Like, that's how much I was playing the game. And I spent. Sorry, my throat was a little bit dry. I could have sworn like if I wasn't playing it, somebody else was going to try to play it. So I kind of kept the game. I wanted to hog the game to myself. I think I made it to just after the clock tower area before I actually got stuck and couldn't figure out where I was going or where I needed to go. And then I backtracked all the way back to the beginning of the game just to find that there was a hidden area that that I didn't know about. The Forbidden Garden? That's only in the back then that was only in this version of the game. That and I think it's called the Nightmare Corridor or something like that. It was just like a little shortcut area, but you could level up really quickly in it. But I remember that so well. and like spending time playing it. But it took. I still was stuck at that point. I think I was stuck for like a week straight trying to play that game. And my brother decided, like, well, fuck it. He's not figuring out where he needs to go. So he ended up getting me a Bradley Games strategy guide. I don't have that strategy guide anymore. I had so many damn strategy guides that I lost, like, due to them being lost in storage. And my father at the time not telling me, hey, storage bill is late. Or he didn't tell anybody. He was like, storage bill is late. If you want to keep your stuff, we gotta pay it up. But like, you could have, like, that. I think that hurt me deeply because I lost a lot of stuff. That's a whole separate issue to talk about. But yeah, he got me a Bradley Game strategy guide for Symphony of the Night. Obviously, it was omitting a couple areas in it. Some of the item placements weren't exactly the same because there were a couple of them were rearranged in this game to fit in this one to fit into the other areas, and then there were a couple extra items that were like overkill items that were not in the original version that ended up in this one. Like there's this one blade, and I only found it once. Like, cause you have to kill there's a certain enemy you have to kill to get it, and you have to try to farm them to get this thing. And I got it by chance. Like I got it like strictly by chance. Like took out this one enemy and got this. There's this like sword that slices in waves, and it does a lot of fucking damage. Like, and I remember when I got that, I was like, I'm sticking with this one the whole fucking way through. Once I actually got it, and I used that sword, I think, I ended up getting that sword very early in the inverted castle. I don't know how I got it in the early on in the inverted castle, but I was like, you know what, fuck it, I got it. I got it. I was running around. Oh, hell! Even before I got to the inverted castle, I also got stuck at in the chapel area at one point because I was playing. Let's just put it this way. I played this game without even knowing that I had picked up the Spike Breaker mail, and there's an area, I think it's is not in the catacombs, but it's still the area that's connected to the catacombs. That area that's down there. There's this area where you can travel through a room of spikes, and I traveled through that room using the mist form. Like once you can move the mist around, I did that to get through that room. I didn't realize I had the Spike Breaker mail on me the whole time because I got to a point where I was trying to figure out how the hell do I beat Richter without killing him. And I didn't realize that I had to go back to the chapel. I knew there was the one area in the chapel I couldn't get through because I kept trying to. There was one point where I was trying to get through this fence, but I could never fully make it through, and then I would end up dying. And I was like, what the hell do I need to do to get through this room? And then I finally referred to the strategy guide, and I was like, oh, I have this. I knew I had it, but I didn't know what it did. I was like, okay. Because when I looked at it and I went to go in my menu and I went to switch and I saw that the stats dropped, I was like, well, fuck it, I'm not putting this on. That's what happened when I saw it, and I was like, then I realized when I got to play the game and I looked at the strategy, I was like, well, fuck, I've had this for like 2 days now.